All right, this is Lionel Winchaka from Direct to Dell, and today I'm with Kevin Andrew, who's a member of the Dell Streak development team. Hey, thanks for joining us, Kevin.
Thanks for having me, Lionel.
Hey, wanted to ask you, I know you've been living and breathing this space for a long time. What can you tell me about the tablet space?
So the tablet space is really kind of an exciting space to be in right now. It's a space that's emerging, and the story is still kind of being written. Some of the things that we know kind of right now about the device space is that it's a class of device that sits between your smartphone and a full netbook or notebook. And for a device to succeed in that space, it really needs to be good at a couple of different things. It needs to do certain activities better than anything else to really kind of justify its existence. And so some of the things that we've seen our users tell us over and over again that devices in this space need to be good at are things like consuming content on the go, being able to provide a rich multimedia experience, being able to browse the web, being able to consume ebooks and music and movies. And then also things like being able to provide navigation and assistance for kind of helping people get through their day and connect them to the people and places that are most important to them in their lives.
And then also social networking is a piece of that as well.
Absolutely.
But I know you've been using this as your primary device from chatting with you. You told me that. What are the things you found yourself using it for over and over again?
Well, for me, this is a fantastic device because it combines the capability of the Android platform with a great industrial design and form factor that can go with me wherever I want. And then whenever I turn it on, it provides a rich content experience. It's always connected. It has all the information that I need on a daily basis. So whether I'm watching a movie on the train home from work or catching up on some email in a coffee shop, everything I need to kind of help me to get through my day is right here in this device. And it does a lot of those things better than my smartphone used to, and it's more portable than my laptop, so it's kind of the perfect in-between device for me.
And you've been using this as a primary phone for a while now.
Absolutely.
What can you tell me about that experience?
So there's a couple of different things when we talk about phone usage. One of the things we wanted to be very conscious of is we wanted to make sure that we included both the earpiece and a microphone. So if you did have a situation where you wanted to hold it up to your head or you didn't have a headset with you, you could certainly do that and be able to use it as a phone. I find myself using it more with a Bluetooth headset, or we do include a 3.5 millimeter stereo headset with microphone. Mm-hmm. So, like I'll be listening to my music, and if I get a call, I can just press the button and take the call right there on the headset. And I find myself using those quite a bit, living in the city and having kind of a noisy environment. They work really, really well.
Yeah, and we're going to support Google Voice on this device, too.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, can you take us through a demo?
Absolutely. So I'll show you a little bit about the device. So we talked about it a little bit. It is a 5-inch WVGA screen, so that means it's 800 pixels by 480 pixels. Mm-hmm. So some of the things that show up better on a screen of this size and resolution is certainly web pages. So for being able to jump in and be able to see web pages. So this is the Dell.com site. It's loading right now. Having this much screen real estate and this many pixels lets you view the entire web page as the publisher intended. So you're able to see it without having to pinch and zoom and flick around the page. Because it is a good size, you can really have a great web browsing experience. And then if you did want to zoom in and get a little bit closer look at something, we do have pinch to zoom enabled here. And so what's also kind of nice about this is, let's say I wanted to get a little bit more information about that one, I can go ahead and click on it, and because it's built on the Android platform, it is a multitasking OS. Mm-hmm. And so even though I've exited that web browser, that page is still loading in the background. So I could go through and do something like check my text messages, see what's going on over here, and then when I get done with my activity, I can go back to the browser and see the page that I clicked on loaded and ready to interact with right here. So that's one of the nice things about the multitasking is it can continue to be doing things even though I've gone on to my next activity. Mm-hmm. And it lets you do a lot more things and fit more into your day without waiting for your device to respond to you.
Yeah, so you could be doing things like listening to Pandora while you're browsing the web.
Yeah, or chatting with your friends on your favorite IM service and not have to exit whenever you get a text message or want to change the song or something like that. So it makes it a much richer experience as you're going through your day.
Got it.
So some of the other things that are really nice that we've done to kind of extend the Android platform is, Android has a whole host of different widgets, but we've actually enabled it even further, being able to surface relevant content. So here we have a Facebook widget. So I have all my different friends here and their different statuses. And then if I wanted to go and get a little bit more information about it, I can actually click on that friend and jump directly to their page in the web browser, and it'll load up their content. So I'm not having to go and search through a different application or try and search through and find the content that I'm interested in. I can click on it and it takes me right to where I want to go, and I don't have to go search for it. And then once I get done kind of seeing what's going on, I can hit the back button. It takes me right back to where I was. So again, the device kind of knows where you've been, where you're going. It can kind of anticipate what you're trying to do and help you get through your day a lot easier.
Gotcha. So it's like the Android phone platforms out there. It still aggregates all your updates, but you're one click away from actually interacting.
Absolutely.
on the site itself.
So the typical Android phone will have a notification tray, and we've retained the notification tray, but because of the larger screen of Streak, we've actually made more content available in the notifications. So for here, I've got my different appointments, I've got my mail, but it not only tells me that I have new mail, it tells me how many I have, or depending on how many there are, it may tell you who it's from. But it's really about putting content that's most important to you right here on the front, and then again, you can jump right to it from the notification tray, interact with whatever it is that you want to do, and then when you're done, jump immediately back to where you were previously. And so one of the other things that we focus on for this device is being able to enjoy content. So whether it's movies or music from your own collection that you want to sideload onto the device, or content that you capture yourself. Like for instance, this is a video from a local hockey game in Chicago that I captured actually on Streak.
Cool.
Being able to play it back on a screen of this size, it's a much more immersive content experience. It's a lot easier on your eyes because you're not having to squint at a small screen. You're able to kind of enjoy it in a full screen, in a widescreen environment. So it's content and experience on this device is absolutely fantastic.
I'm glad to see us getting to this point.
Absolutely. That's the Dell Streak.
Hey, thanks for taking the time, Kevin.
Thanks for having me.